We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was in the foothills of the Himalayas with Xi Jinping.
She knows so long as she is denied, our freedom can never be secured.
We'll never forget lying around and him lying around, actually.
It is noteworthy that the percentage of women who register to vote and cast a ballot is consistently higher than the percentage of the men who do so. End of quote. Repeat the line.
I'll lead an effective strategy to mobilize true international effort to pressure.
I hope this is working. I have never used Rumble Studio before. Morning, Moxie.
Good morning.
Good morning. I don't even know how I can see the chat now. Let's see. I know we had a lot of people commenting on the other stream, and I don't know who all was in there, but right now I see Pocket Friend and Herbie and Moxie, the Black Robe Regiment.
I have no idea who that is, but that's okay.
They said Alpha Vets went to Rumble Studio this week because of issues with StreamYard as well. They had growing pains too. Okay, so Dorkbot Craig, good morning, guys. I hope this is working. I don't know. I got to figure out how to get Moxie's camera to work. Moxie, why isn't your camera working?
It hates me.
So we're going to be stumbling around this morning. Good thing it's just Saturday morning, coffee and conspiracies, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I got my giant cup of coffee that's almost as big as my head, so I'm good to go for coffee in the morning. Yeah, you guys, do you guys hear me there? Oh, you do see us. Okay. Oh, you're Braveheart. Okay, the Black Robe Regiment is Braveheart. Hey, Carrie. So good to see you too. Oh, you guys are seeing me okay, I guess.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I'm a little off kilter because now I'm trying to remember like what we were going to talk about. And I don't even know how to share my screen, so I'm going to try to share my screen. You guys have to let me know if sharing my screen actually works.
That button is down by where I found the camera and microphone buttons.
Okay, there we go. We can do a screen share. I can do... Oh, you have kind of similar options to what you have in StreamYard, which is good. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I can do just one Brave tab. So I'm sharing a blank tab. Do you guys see that?
I do.
You see the blank tab?
I do.
Okay. I'm going to pull
up. That's not on the regular screen.
Oh, what do you mean? Yeah, I don't see it. Like I can't preview it. Oh, presentation maybe?
There we go.
Oh, there we go. Maybe that's what I have to do. So they have
growing pains.
Growing pains. Okay. Anyway, we'll see how this goes. I'm so sorry, guys. We are so professional here, aren't we?
We are.
Okay, so we were going to talk about Hunter Biden. That's right. And then I have a whole bunch of videos that I had uploaded to StreamYard, which I did not upload to Rumble. And so I guess we might just chat. And if I might have to take time to upload these videos. All right. So we're going to talk about Hunter Biden today, but we're also going to bring up some other interesting things. And maybe should we start with the interesting things first, Moxie?
Sure.
I don't know. There was, we have a, in case you missed it, and I have to give Moxie credit for this in case you missed it segment. So back in April or May, did you guys know that Ukraine's President Zelensky, his term ended? Were you guys aware of that?
Yeah, I briefly remember hearing about that.
See, I don't remember hearing this. So this
I know he
is,
canceled elections.
yeah, so they canceled the elections and they've got martial law in place because of the war. So Zelensky is still in power even though his term is up. And did you guys know that? I actually didn't know that. I think it's kind of, oh, everybody was aware except for me. Pocket Friend says even John is still figuring out Rumble Studio. I'm assuming you mean John Patel Patriot John from Badlands Media. I saw that they were using Rumble Studio, and I'm like, oh, I didn't even know Rumble Studio existed. But thank goodness that I saw some of the Badlands shows because I don't know what I would have done with this StreamYard going out today. So thank you, John. Appreciate it. Appreciate you, Badlands. So anyway, I wasn't aware that this was happening. So Zelensky is actually not really like he's in power because of martial law, not because of an election. So what do you think is going to happen when they finally do have an election, or what do you think Moxie would cause martial law to cease in Ukraine? What are you thinking?
Well, I think Ukraine would have to admit defeat at some point. I mean, it may take, eliminating our funding to them for them to just, we give up. But
and that's not
the
going to
likelihood
happen.
of that happening, I don't know. But I mean, I bet you that funding for Ukraine stops on January 20th next year.
Yeah, and that will be really good timing. And let's hope the Rhino establishment doesn't keep that funding going, even though, that's when Trump is going to be sworn in. So, oh my goodness. Yeah, and the other thing, I don't know what's going on. I mean, just whole Ukraine and everything. I feel like Biden and the neocon war establishment. That's what we should call them because they're not just leftists. There's Republicans that are in that group and all kinds of people, but they're really pushing for escalation. Is my opinion. See, how do I stop sharing this so that we can just chat? There we go. They're wanting to send more and more weapons, and then they're allowing use of some of their weapons in Russia. And I just heard that Putin was saying that they might actually bomb some of the NATO equipment. So things are heating up over there.
They are.
Yeah. So Pocket Friend, Biden just signed a new agreement with him. With who? Who, Pocket Friend? And good morning, Magnolia.
I'm thinking she probably means Zelensky.
Oh, maybe that's who she means. I'm a little flustered this morning. Sorry about that. It's a little flustering. All right, so Hunter Biden found guilty.
Yeah.
On the gun charges. And the sentencing date, I don't think has been set yet. Have you guys heard if the sentencing date's going to be set yet? But
I haven't heard.
What's that?
I have not heard.
Yeah. I wonder when it's going to be. And I did see some people talking about, oh, the timing of the sentencing is going to be interesting based on what time frame Biden could potentially pardon him. And I'm like, I don't think it matters
No.
because I think regardless of what happens, Biden will not pardon him until after the election.
Yeah.
He's definitely going to pardon him after the election. How could you not? Like, think about it. If your son, you've got Ben, if you were president, you would probably pardon your son, right?
Well, it depends on what he's guilty of. I mean, I'm a mom. I can only do so much.
No, let's say you're president, Mom.
I know, but still, like, if my kid is guilty of murder, he kind of needs to, sit a little bit and think about what he did.
Okay, let's say that he's guilty on these gun charges, okay? Lying on a gun charge application.
Depends how long they want to put him in jail for.
Yeah, that's true. If he just
But the
gets
question is,
probation.
does he get Secret Service protection while he's in prison?
Oh, that's so interesting. That's a really good question. People are asking that about Trump too. What do you guys think? Do you think?
The president absolutely should.
Well, the president's children also get Secret Service protection.
Absolutely.
So, yes, they will have the same logistical nightmare with Hunter Biden as with Trump. I think Trump's would be bigger because he has more security detail, but Hunter does, so he likely would have to be protected even in prison. But
I wonder about the timing too. Is right now they're kind of in between a rock and a hard place because they're trying to sentence Trump next month, and depending on how that goes, I mean, are they going to rush Hunter Biden's sentencing as well?
Yeah,
because they're rushing Trump's.
Well, they had a date set the same day he was found guilty.
Exactly. But it looks kind of funny if they don't hurry up and set that date for, next month.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Why are they dragging their feet?
Well, I don't know. I don't know that this I don't know that the judge is actually dragging I don't think they're dragging their feet, but we'll find out. Because it sounds like there wasn't really preferential treatment given to Hunter during the trial. And it's interesting that he was found guilty considering the jury pool. I don't know if you guys saw that video from Jesse Waters where he was talking about the makeup of the jury was very left, and it was in Delaware, and everybody knows everybody in Delaware, and they're a tight-knit community. And so we're kind of surprised by this, but the next one, so Hunter, these aren't the only charges that Hunter's been indicted with. And his other trial was supposed to start next week. Let me find that because I think I do have, let me just see. He's got, did I save it in the wrong place?
I think that foreign agent stuff.
Oh, here it is.
The FARA charges are coming up.
So it's actually his tax charges. So I'll share my screen. So he was supposed to, on June 20th, go to start his tax trial. He's facing 9 federal tax charges in a second case brought by counsel David Weiss. So David Weiss has done a couple of indictments against Hunter, and this one will be in California. So he's charged with 6 misdemeanor counts of failure to file his tax returns and pay taxes, 1 felony count of tax evasion, and 2 felony counts of filing a false return. So 6
Hmm.
misdemeanors and 3 felonies. So it was initially set to begin June 20th, but it's going to be pushed back to September 5th now. So that trial is going to be starting right in the heart of the elections after both the conventions are over and the elections are heating up. This trial is going to be starting. And if you recall, there were there was a lot of money going to drugs and to strippers and to all this kind of stuff. He paid for all this kind of stuff, but he didn't file his taxes. So this is
Yeah.
going to be a really interesting trial because all of that's going to come out in this trial. All of that evidence of what he spent money on. So I don't know. I think it's going to be fun and interesting.
Yeah, they have the potential to bring FARA charges against him too with that because of the money, and he didn't register as a foreign agent
Yep.
when he was doing the stuff in Ukraine.
You know, I want to show people's comments on here. How do I do that? Can I do that? Can I show comments?
Maybe.
All right. So I'm just going to.
Yep, you can.
Wait, how did you do that?
Very carefully, and now I can't figure out how to undo it.
Oh, really?
Unpin. Okay, so
Oh, okay.
do you see?
Yeah.
The three
Oh,
little dots on the side there?
Can I pin it or how do I do
Yep,
it?
pin it.
It's pinning it?
Yep.
Okay, so Pocket Friend says, I think the most important part of this lawsuit was the laptop being admitted into evidence. Yes, that was a huge, huge part of this. So I can unpin it. Did that work for you guys on the stream, actually? Did you get to see that?
Yep, it worked. I see it
Okay.
over on the
Cool.
stream because I have the stream in a separate window.
Braveheart, what do you mean by this, that Joe should be out by then? And of no benefit to Hunter. By when? By or are you? I don't know what. Yeah, just clarify for that because that's an interesting comment here. All right, thanks guys for commenting. There is a delay in the stream. I thought there wasn't going to be on Rumble's stream, but there is. So if I'm reacting to a comment you did a while ago, I apologize. And I might not see your response until after. So, all right. All right. So one of the things that was also interesting, and this was posted, I posted this back in February. And this is kind of related because it was about the cover up. I think there's going to be more indictments coming, basically, is my my point on this. But there's a lot with the laptop, and I posted in February. Remember when the 51 former intelligence agency officials interfered in the 2020 election by claiming that the Hunter Biden laptop story was Russian disinformation?
Absolutely.
And that was all to cover up the laptop, right?
Yep.
But so what's interesting is remembering this post. The reason I wanted to bring this post up because it's not just about reminding us of that. But if you recall, Obama veterans relaunched a national security group that's backing Biden. So this national security group, these former intelligence people Biden and Obama still has a lot of control over the fact that, can I scroll this down? So I'm looking and you guys can't even see like the words there. Is that better? I think
Yeah.
that's better. Anyway, Obama's still highly involved in all the shenanigans that are happening.
Absolutely.
And he's got former intelligence people working with him and behind the scenes and pulling a lot of the strings and that kind of stuff. So, all right. So Braveheart responded, and I'm going to pin this. The September trial will be after the Dem convention when they're expected to replace Joe with someone else they feel is a more viable candidate against our president. Yeah. What do you think about that, Moxie? Do you think Joe will be replaced?
Well, I don't think he can win the election, so they have to do something.
When they panic and get desperate, they do really stupid things. What do you think they're going to do?
But I don't think that it'll really matter if they do it after the convention, because they're really just replacing him with a different candidate, which means he's still president until January.
Wait, don't you think they'll do like the 25th Amendment or something to get rid of him? Because he wouldn't still be president.
I'd like to hope so. But I wonder if I don't want to say it out loud. If he's gonna, pass peacefully in his sleep accidentally,
Ooh.
unexpectedly.
Yeah. I don't know.
And quotes on pass peacefully in his sleep.
You mean with shenanigans from the deep state puppet masters that want to make something happen, right? You're not talking about naturally.
No, not natural causes.
Yeah. Yeah, you never know. I mean, this is Coffee and Conspiracies. We are theorizing now about what could happen. And it would not, I wouldn't put it past them. There are, they used to say shadow government before the term deep state was a popular thing to say. Yeah, Pocket Friend died suddenly. Yeah, maybe he'll get a new vaccine booster shot or something. But yeah, and
I just think to the Q post about why was she saved from running, meaning that the person may not necessarily actually run.
Which Q post is that? Do you know?
I do not know.
Let me look that up.
Because it might be someone they have to put in last minute. Because Biden will be, not available to be president, due to death.
Yeah.
But I mean, it could be the 25th Amendment too, where, they.
Yeah, that's what I think they're going to try because however, here's something that I wonder. I don't know. What do you guys think? Biden is so incompetent, it can't possibly be real. It feels like it's almost an intentional act. Like, why would he stand around and squat at a huge ceremony and look ridiculous? Like,
unless he really has dementia.
Do people with dementia do that though?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. They do all sorts of weird things. They reach for things that aren't there. They will try to sit down when there's nothing to sit on. They frequently hallucinate and.
Oh, they do. Okay. I guess you would know because you're in that
I kind
business.
of specialize in that.
Yeah. So Trump reposted Michelle Obama in a poll. He did. You think that's who that they would like to replace Biden with? When did he post Michelle Obama in a poll? Oh, this is interesting. I'm going to share my screen because I'm just scrolling through Truth Social in his feed to look for the Michelle Obama thing. Okay, I'm in Minnesota, so this is kind of exciting. Trump crushes Joe Biden in Minnesota.
Why did they use that picture of Biden? He looks like a freaking skeleton.
I know. It's definitely elder abuse with what's going on with him. And how many times has Trump said it's not really Biden making these decisions? Trump has hinted so many times he's got people behind him. But yes, Braveheart says, just imagine how much fun we will have if they were foolish enough to run Big Mike. Exactly. Yeah, they would be super foolish if they did that.
I don't think they have much of a choice but to go with Kamala if they take Biden out. Just because, I mean, he chose her for the color of her skin.
Well, that's the thing. Like, if they really wanted someone, because Kamala is useless too, and I don't know. Well, she's proven that she can be controlled too. So
Yeah.
I don't know. So maybe they'd be fine with that because they could control.
But how many people would be upset if Biden wasn't able to run and then they just passed her over? Like, especially on the left. Like,
well,
I remember so many people during the election posting that they were wearing pearls for Kamala. And I laughed so hard at that.
Yeah. Look at this is what StreamYard did to us. Crazy. All right. So I showed that well, I didn't show it yet. So one of the things that also came up with Hunter Biden, there's so much connected to Hunter Biden. Have you guys like downloaded the Marco Polo report on the Hunter Biden laptop? Garrett is being sued left and right to try to get the stuff taken down. So I highly recommend that everyone go down, because you can download it for free. You don't have to purchase the book. You can purchase the book. They will have a printed version if you want to, but you can download the entire report for free. I think it needs to get downloaded and backed up because he's under attack, and there's a lot of effort to get rid of the reports. And he's also out there asking for donations to help him with his legal fund. He's trying to raise like a couple $100,000 for a legal fund, because that's what they do. They go after you through lawsuits. And this is a lot of the lawfare is to try to bankrupt people. So because it's really hard to represent yourself if you don't know what you're doing. Lawyers are so expensive, and they're doing that with everybody. Look at all the different lawsuits. Although Rudy Giuliani's lawsuit that Hunter Biden had against him was dropped.
Yeah.
And it was dropped because the laptop was found to be real.
Imagine that.
Yes. So anyway, sorry. I digressed a little bit from where I was trying to go here. So this is a recent thing that came out this week, but I noticed as I started researching, I'm like, wait a minute, this was actually reported a while ago.
Yeah.
But this is a good video. I'm going to play the video, but basically that Hunter Biden owns 10% of this company called Epilata. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. they call it a microfinancing loan company, but basically they give out those Visa cards to
Yeah.
illegal immigrants, and then they'll refund them and put money in them. And Hunter Biden was a part of this company.
Hmm.
So I'm going to
Interesting.
play this video super quick here. I don't know. You guys will have to let me know if you can hear it when I play it.
And so, at the same time, so then the third one was Hunter Biden actually owns 10% of a company called E Plata, which is a micro financing loan company for illegal immigrants coming up through the southern border. And so, at the same time, the Biden administration Justice Department put out a notice telling the banks that the Justice Department would take legal action against any bank who refused loans to illegal immigrants. Meanwhile, the first son has an equity investment in a company that profits off those very loans. So
yeah. So Shenanigans.
So then the
How do I get rid of this now? I'll figure that. I'll take it off the screen. So yeah. So it's a financing company that does microloans for individuals, people, and it's interesting because I looked up that company, and they have locations in the United States, Mexico, the Philippines, and Kazakhstan. And I'll find that. Man, it's hard when I had stuff in StreamYard.
There's Mike. Mike joined us.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
When you played that video thing, the first thing I noticed is I didn't know how to pronounce that name until he said it. But E Plata, plata in Spanish is silver.
Really? E-silver.
Yeah, electronic silver. Is that what they named it?
Interesting. Yeah, I wonder why they named it that. I don't know, but what I found was happy birthday, Mike. I don't know if I yelled in your ears. I don't know how my sound's coming across on Rumble Studio. I'll have to watch it back to see. Okay. So after that, I posted, I wish I could get rid of just our pictures. Anyway, after that, I wish I could move them around too. Can I move them around? I can't. Hang on one second while I try to figure out if I can move these things around. Oh, I don't even know.
Do you mind if I push a button for a second?
Do I? Oh, no. Yeah. Go ahead and push a button.
I think I found the same button you did.
Oh, I don't know if they can hear us. Could you guys hear us while we were doing that? Oh, I don't know. Okay. Yeah, Rumble Studio needs more options for moving stuff around. But basically,
agreed.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, that's interesting. So I went and looked it up, and I found Natalie Winters, who she is so amazing. If you guys watch her, she's a part of the War Room. She is so smart. I just love that girl. But basically, she wrote an article and reported back in 2022 this very story about the person who actually founded that E Plata company was a CEO, and he was a business partner also of Hunter Biden. And
that sounds convenient.
So not only did Hunter have 10% stake in that company, probably because they were business partners, but the dots then start going everywhere. And it's just interesting because this guy, I'm going to pull up her article, and I don't know that I highlighted the parts I wanted to cover, but oh well. But basically, this guy is connected to Chinese folks and other companies as a part of Hunter Biden's whole business dealings. And the one thing that I noticed is that when you start connecting the dots, it's like all the same people are sort of in this circle that Hunter has gotten himself into. And I think, like, I'm glad there's congressional hearings and stuff, but I feel like they need to dig deeper because I feel like it's only scratched the surface with this laptop. And I also posted that we need to, I said all the business deals seem to have the same people in all the circles. But what's also mentioned in her article is John Kerry's son, Harry Reid, John Kerry's son and Harry Reid's son. His name is Key Reid. So I haven't had a chance to dig into them yet, but I'm planning on doing some of that. But I want to know what's up with this, because John Kerry used to be a senator. Harry Reid obviously is a senator. Joe Biden was a senator. So it's like all the senators' children are getting into these business dealings and shenanigans. Yeah. So, well, I guess I did highlight a couple things that I had time to. So this startup, this ePlata, was a multi-currency digital wallet and payment ecosystem, is what they call it. But basically, what they advertised was getting those Visa cards. You know how we complained about Visa cards being handed out to migrants going over the border? It's crazy. Yeah. So ePlata was launched in 2016. Kind of interesting timing.
It is.
Right? And in recent years, it made broader efforts to grow. So this is a report from 2020. Oh, wait, can you guys even see my screen? Gosh darn it. It opened in a new window, so it's not showing. Sorry. I will get used to Rumble Studio. All right, so I already mentioned this. Let me scroll down to what I was actually talking about. So it was launched in 2016. In recent years, as of 2022, it made efforts to grow, including appointing several Hunter Biden-linked individuals to its global advisory board. So a fairly new startup is global and has a global advisory board, and is running in 4 different countries. And why Kazakhstan and the Philippines? I get US and Mexico, but I'm wondering about Kazakhstan and the Philippines. I don't know. What do you guys think?
That's really interesting.
Right? Yeah. So, and they've had a financial interest in supporting mass migration to the US. All of this while the Biden administration is pushing banks to give loans, and then Hunter Biden's involved in businesses related to banks giving those loans. Don't tell me that Joe Biden has nothing to do with Hunter's business dealings. It's all intertwined and related.
It has to be.
Oh, definitely. The other thing about this ePlot account that they advertised on their website, because I don't think their website's still up and running, but you can create an ePlot account just simply by entering your name, address, email address, and a mobile number. That's it. No hassle, no pain, no cost. Normally, when you open a bank account, like, they need your social security number, all of your, when you get a loan, they need to know, where are you working, how much do you make,
Absolutely.
yada, yada. Like all that, financial
And they need a blood sample and
I know. And all your past years, residential history, and where you worked in the past 5 years, and
put your kids up for collateral.
Yeah, you need 2 years of tax returns, all that kind of stuff. So also, so Jeff Cooper is so he's the founder of ePlata. Him and Hunter have collaborated on multiple business endeavors. So, especially here it shows, including some of the president's son's most controversial business dealings that implicate Joe and are related to that hard drive from hell. So,
Interesting.
I know it is interesting. So, I think there's going to be a lot more to come. This is Jeff Cooper at the bottom here. This is his business partner. I haven't looked into all these other people to see if they're connected to Hunter yet, but actually, I think, well, I'm going to skip that, but I thought Shin Wang does have a connection, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
Oh, can you go back
Yes?
up just a little bit to that? It is E Plata. Look at the way it's written.
Yep, E Plata. Yep. Yep, E Silver.
Nice.
Interesting. Yeah. More to come on this, but I think there's a huge conspiracy behind all of this. And right now it's just a conspiracy theory, but there's going to be a lot more coming out. Hunter Biden has been in so many shenanigans. Remember when he sold all that art?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Like, here's one person that spent $100,000 on 2 pieces of art, Hunter Biden's artwork. And all of those donors, Joe Biden campaign donors, are the ones who are buying Hunter Biden's
But
artwork.
remember, they didn't want to give us the names of the people who bought that or who bought his
That's
art.
right. That's right. They didn't want to give that. And also, recently, remember, Catherine Herridge was really looking into all the stuff on the Hunter laptop. And what happened
Absolutely.
to her? Yeah, what happened to her? They seized her files. And so there's so much going on around Hunter Biden, the laptop. It's all connected to Joe Biden. Why would the DOJ back up covering all this up? It's because the deep state's all involved. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Pocket Friends says Ghost of Based Patrick Henry. That's right, he had based in there. I love him. Did a dig on all of that, talked about it on Liberty Den last night. Oh, I missed Liberty Den. I should have watched it, darn it. I could have shown a clip of him then. Thank you, Pocket Friend, for letting us know that. I am going to go watch that. So, and the Secret Service, speaking of what you said, Moxie, they spent more than $4.5 million protecting Hunter Biden while he was living in hotel rooms and doing all his shenanigans.
Yep.
They're going to be protecting him in prison too. So that's going to be interesting. I need to look at my videos to see if there was anything I needed to pull up. Yeah, actually, there are a couple videos I want to. Do you guys mind if I take a minute to upload just a
No, we're
couple of videos? I don't know where can I upload? There it is, media. Videos. Feel free to just like add your comments while I do this if you want.
Absolutely. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if I don't know how they determine how much Secret Service people need, but I know they're going to have to shut down at least a wing of the prison for Trump to be able to go there.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, these are felony charges on Hunter Biden, so I don't know if he would actually lose his Social Security, or not Social Security, Secret Service.
Yeah, but I don't think so because I think the family is still covered. legally. They have to protect the
But
children.
have we ever had felons in a family related to the president?
I don't know that it says unless he's a felon. You know what I mean? I got just one more video I'm uploading. Sorry.
But
Yeah, I don't know that. Like, I mean, it might be a fun thing to bring up. Oh, actually, I think. Oh, this one too. Yeah, I want to do this one because it's going to be interesting.
And then with the next trial with the possible FARA charges, I wonder if they're going to try and like skirt those charges just because he's already been convicted of this crime. And they're going to be like, oh, well, he's already going to be doing time for this. And, you know, this isn't as big of a deal. And I wonder if they're going to try and do that because in the end, who they're really protecting is Obama because Obama knew about all of this happening.
I don't think they will because I think I wonder if I can shrink my screen. Oh, that's not helpful. I think the gun charges are like minor compared to the rest of the stuff that he's going to be facing. I mean, I'm glad he was found guilty, but I don't know.
I wonder if they're going to use it to try to minimize the other ones, though.
Yeah. Well,
try to make it seem like it's not that bad.
So, you know, Hunter Biden, he's got a big ego.
Yeah.
He thought he was going to get away with everything that he's doing. And do you remember when he was first charged, he thought he was going to get a sweetheart deal by pleading guilty.
Mm-hmm.
And then he changed his mind, and because he wasn't getting the sweetheart deal that he thought, and pled not guilty both to the gun charges and to this tax thing. He pled not guilty to the tax thing too. So it's funny because the boomerangs, I love boomerangs. I love them.
Yes.
I love them.
And he shot himself in the foot basically when he decided to go not guilty.
Yeah. But like they just think they can get away with anything, and
because they have been getting away with anything up until now.
Yeah. Well, so I have some of the videos that I just uploaded were related to. Remember when he got a subpoena to go to Congress?
Absolutely, and then he showed up on the front steps.
And then he refused, right?
Yeah.
And then what did he do after that?
Press conference.
No. He tried to shove it in their face by showing up at Congress unannounced and sitting in the audience while they're going through their hearing. Remember that?
Yeah.
That's the first video. Well, actually, the 3 videos that I have.
Please, I'll answer your question if you be quiet and let me make a statement, okay?
What kind of crack do you normally smoke, Mr. Biden?
What kind of crack do you normally smoke, Mr. Biden? So he shows up and the press is all going crazy because he showed up. I love the questions, though, that the reporters are asking him. Here's another one.
Mr. Biden, why did you show up today?
Mr. Biden, did you show up to testify?
Why did you show up today? Why did you put your dad on speakerphone if he had nothing to do with your business? You put him on speakerphone multiple times to talk to your business partners. Why did you do that?
Why did you put your dad on speakerphone to talk to your business partners? Why did you do that?
Hear that one.
What?
I couldn't actually hear that one play. I don't know if everybody else could.
Could you guys hear it? Tell me.
It didn't even move for me on the screen, but I could see it on the stream moving. I don't know if that had sound though.
I hope it had sound. It was so good. The reporter, well, that's okay.
Well, Carrie says yes.
The reporter was asking, why did you put your father on speakerphone to your business partners? Why did you do that? I hope you can hear this next one because it's pretty funny.
Gentlemen, time's expired. Chair recognizes Ms. Green from Georgia for 5 minutes. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Excuse me, Hunter. Apparently, you're afraid of my words.
Whoa! Oh.
And he showed up in Congress, and as soon as MTG's turn was to speak, he made a big show of getting up and walking out. Now, here's the thing. They try to like rub it in your face. Hey, you're not going to get us. We're big and important people, and my father is the president. But here's the thing. He had a film crew with him.
Right?
They are doing a documentary for him. What do you think that was going to be?
We'll see if it even gets released.
Yeah, I think it's going to be super interesting. I don't know. I think it's going to be interesting. Because it's going to be totally slanted to try to make him look super good after he's had all these trials. And he makes a big show. Did you notice? Maybe I'll play that clip again. I want you guys to watch him because as soon as they announced MTG, he taps on the shoulder of the person next to him like, you know, it's showtime. It's showtime, people.
Gentlemen, time's expired. Chair recognizes Ms. Green from Georgia for 5 minutes.
Do you see that? The tapping?
Well, let's go.
Anyway, I found that interesting. I have a whole bunch of other videos, but I'm not going to take time to upload them because we're having technical difficulties today. But I'm getting to know Rumble's streams, whatever they call this. It's called Studio, Rumble Studio. Thank you, Rumble, for having this available.
Right?
Thank goodness. Yeah. Okay. You have anything else on Hunter that you want to talk about?
I do not.
Okay. Did you send me? I have one more thing I want to share, but it's not related to Hunter. I think you had a meme, but I'm not going to take time to pull it up, if that's okay. Because I'm trying to get used to. I'm trying to get used to stuff. Oh, you know what I love is I think you can pull up pictures in this thing, which you can't do in the other. But basically, I have a question. RFK Jr. The only thing what I like about him is the stuff he's exposing with COVID. But he's a big, like, he talks about climate and he's all for climate change and all of that kind of stuff. But I just wonder if he, like, is he running for president to try to get Trump to win?
Perhaps. I mean, because him running doesn't really take too much from our side because, I mean, MAGA is MAGA and we're not going to vote for him just because he's, you know, all up on the COVID stuff.
And I know we've talked about
he's going to take numbers away from Biden.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know we've talked about this before. I think others have too. But what happened recently in a recent interview is really interesting because on CNN, they tried to talk about how Trump is a threat to our democracy. Our democracy. I'm so tired of hearing that.
Right?
Oh, it's so sickening. But RFK flipped it and talked about how Biden is. So let's listen to this, and then I won't play the whole clip. I'll just play the first part, but it's really interesting.
When people talk about the threat to democracy that Trump poses, do you really think that is an equal evil to Biden?
I mean, listen, I can make the argument that President Biden is a much worse threat to democracy. And the reason for that is President Biden is the first candidate in history, the first president in history that has used the federal agencies to censor political speech, so to censor his opponent. I can say that because I just won a case in the Federal Court of Appeals and now before the Supreme Court. It shows that he started censoring not just me. 37 hours after he took the oath of office, he was censoring me. No president in the country has ever done that. The greatest threat.
So that was from Vigilant Fox. Thank you, Vigilant Fox, for that clip. He's saying, oh, well, I'll make an argument that Joe Biden is a bigger threat to our democracy. So I found that super interesting. I don't know what I don't know what you guys think, but I thought that was kind of incredible. How do I get back to the live? Oh, there it is. I'm trying to see what people are saying. Let's see. The documentary will be prime evidence at future trials. Oh, that's kind of an interesting thought. I think you might be right. And then Carrie says, y'all still think it's possible that he's actually with us? Huh. Are you're talking about RFK Jr. maybe, or?
No, she's talking about Hunter Biden being on our
Oh,
side.
okay. I don't know. I don't think so. I think Hunter Biden's all for Hunter Biden. Some do, yeah. Moxie, I know you said something about him being upset with his dad, and some people think that. I don't know. I'm not in that camp. I just think, how do I get rid of this now?
Unpin.
I know, but I can't find the thing anymore. Oh, I see, it's at the top. Okay. Sorry. You don't just forget about a laptop with sensitive info. That is true. I do think he's upset with his family, but I don't know. I don't think he's working with any white hats. I really don't. I think he was just trying to get back at his dad, maybe. And I have no, I think there's a lot of people that think that he was turned into some kind of asset. It could be. I could be totally off. Not like I haven't been wrong before. So, but he's messed up. That's right, Carrie. He's totally messed up. And his dad did use and abuse him for financial gain, but he also took advantage of the fact that he had the Biden name. He used that for his business dealings. So anyway, that was not the RFK thing. I don't know. That I do wonder if his presidential campaign is a front. So we'll see. We'll see. I can't believe who the libertarians have as their candidate is kind of crazy. I have someone in my family who's a libertarian, and he's like, oh, who they picked for candidate. not too happy with that. So was forced to use the Biden name by daddy, maybe. He might have been forced to use it. So I don't know. Anything else on Hunter Biden? I think there's so much more to come out.
There's so much more we're waiting on.
I think there's so much we don't know. I mean, it's pretty cool we get exposure to the laptop, but I bet the laptop doesn't show everything.
Oh, absolutely not.
What about we can't see or hear? No, Congress has been asking for the her audio tapes. And DOJ says, we're not going to release them because you have the transcript. But the transcript doesn't show inflection.
And they also admitted that they altered the transcript as well.
That's why they want the audio tapes.
Yep.
But you know what the DOJ said? Why they won't release them?
Because we already have the transcript.
Well, initially they said no because of that. But now, you know what their excuse is the last couple of months?
What's that?
They're worried that the audio can be taken and AI, it can be transformed through AI.
Oh, wow.
Can you believe that?
I can't.
They
I mean,
don't trust
very, very
Congress not
worried about
to.
AI lately.
So that's a narrative, though, if you think about it. So think about it. They altered the transcripts. And so when eventually they'll be ordered to release the audio, they will eventually, a judge will order them to do that. When they do that, then now they're building a narrative to say, oh, that audio that they released is inaccurate. They used AI to change it.
Yep.
That's what they're going to say. Everything they do is to either set up a narrative or put a narrative out there. It's definitely a different time and age.
And it's
And
not like warned us about that with, deep fakes and everything.
Yep. There's a lot of deep fakes out there, but DOJ claiming that Congress would do that is ridiculous.
It is. Absolutely.
So, yeah. Anyway, I think her tapes are going to be released eventually. I'm excited to see them. You know what the narrative already is going to be. So just prep yourself for that because it's just pretty obvious. Anyway, and what's really sad? It's really sad that this day and age, the war we're in, is from infiltration within.
Absolutely.
That's where the biggest enemies are, and it's sad, but what a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. Anyway.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, Mike, I'm so excited that you joined us the day after your birthday. I hope you had a wonderful birthday. So Moxie, you need to interrupt me and say your thoughts. What did you just say in chat?
The enemy of my enemy is my friend?
Exactly. Yep. Do you know who pointed out this scenario like 15 years ago?
I do not.
Glenn Beck.
Okay.
This is why he got fired from Fox, to be honest. He had a show on Fox News, and they abruptly got rid of him because he was bringing up the heat big time. So back then, he was doing a lot of what we do now. He was connecting the dots. He was talking about Obama and all the players involved. In a lot of this, he brought up communists. He shared the communist playbook with us, the Marxist revolution. He gave us the name of the books we needed to buy to study them because they are doing that. And one of the big things he brought up is one thing that they do is they talk about how the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And it's so true. And Carrie, JFK knew it. That's right. So this is all tied into the communist revolution, the deep state, the CIA, everything that they do. JFK knew it. He certainly did. And if you guys get a chance, I did a trailer video for Pepe Lives Matter on JFK. He did an article, deep dive of JFK. You have to go read it and watch all those clips because it was amazing. And JFK did know it. He talked about wanting to splinter the CIA into 1,000 pieces or something like that. Yeah. So anyway,
amazingly came up dead.
What's that?
And then amazingly came up dead not too long thereafter.
Exactly. Very shortly after. I think it was very shortly after. So I don't remember the timeline.
It was within a couple months.
Yeah. Pepe has it on his Substack, though, if you go watch it. Then Braveheart says Senator McCarthy called out the communists in government in the 50s.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. It's been going on a long time. They have been Well, if you think about it, not to get too off track here, but just think about the whole Jekyll Island, the Federal Reserve, the early 1900s. It's been the attempt to transform America has been happening for over 100 years.
Absolutely.
So they've been trying to probably destroy America since its founding, to be honest. Like, there have probably been players wanting to get rid of America since the founding. More to come on that, though. That's a lot. That would be a lot to talk through. And actually, we had a show previously where we did talk a little bit. Carrie, I don't remember when that was. You were on that show where we talked about Jekyll Island and the Federal Reserve. And then we also had a follow-up where we talked about the Fed Now program and how the Federal Reserve is now taking over payment processing.
I think that was in May last year, May or June.
Was it? Yeah, really good show. A lot of good details. So, yes, everyone who fought against the communist regime, CIA, the deep state, has been assassinated. Yep. And, Trump is protected. It's really interesting because don't you think I bet there have been a lot of attempts on him.
Easily.
I bet a lot of attempts on him. He's got some major interesting people protecting him, I bet, that we don't even know about. So, all right. Well, we've been going over an hour, plus we had all that time where we had technical difficulties. So before I schedule our next show, I will have to look and see if StreamYard is working. I might have to do some test streams to see if it will even start, or just move to Rumble and I don't have my ending video in here, so we're just going to end it abruptly. But
do
you have any closing? What?
Oh no, maybe we should sing it.
I can see clearly now. Go for it, Moxie.
No, we want people to listen.
The words, though, the reason we chose that song, and honestly, it was Carrie and I were trying to figure out, because Carrie and I started the show, and we were trying to figure out what song would be good. I spent hours and hours sifting through different songs, and I'm like, I want to express the idea that we're waking up, that, we can see things we couldn't see before. And after I spent days and days and weeks hemming and hawing about what song I'm going to use, I just mentioned to Carrie, I'm trying to pick a song and I'm trying to relay this. Instantly, within 5 minutes, Carrie sends me this song, and I'm like, dang, girl, why didn't I ask you?
Sometimes it just takes a fresh pair of ears.
Yeah. So thank you, Carrie. I have to give Carrie kudos for that song. And anyway, I don't have it uploaded, but we'll get it uploaded so we can play it on Rumble Studio as well. Do you have any other closing thoughts, Moxie?
Just have a great day and keep asking those questions worth pondering.
Keep asking those questions worth pondering. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a great weekend.
Bye.
See ya. Bye.